Good day. In this lesson, we are going to look at betekenis leer, which tells us more about the meaning of words in Afrikaans. We'll be discussing 4 different sections: homonieme, homofone, paronieme, and polysemie. Right, let's jump straight in with homonieme. In English, homonyms. So these are words wat dieselfde gespel word, maar verskillende betekenisse het. Homoniem almost rhymes with sien, and that's why we have these 2 little googly eyes looking at you. So wat jy sien, hulle is dieselfde gespel. Same spelling, different meanings. Right, no can mean now, or no can mean narrow. Ryk means you are rich in the sense that you have lots of money, but a ryk can also mean that a food or a sauce is rich. Wys is to be wise, maar wys kan ook beteken to point to something. A ken is a chin. A ken can also mean to know something. So the way that I will ask you homonieme and homofone is by giving you an example sentence containing, let's say, for example, the word no. And then they will tell you to use the word no in a sentence where the different meaning becomes clear. So if they give you a sentence saying, ek is nou by die skool, I am at school now, then you have to use a different meaning. The passage is narrow. Die gang is baie nou. So that is the way that you will be tested on these ones. Kom ons kyk na homofone. Homofone is woorde wat dieselfde klink. It's words that sound the same, maar hulle het verskillende spelling en verskillende betekenisse. So a homofoon sounds like phone. It is what you hear. So they sound the same, but they look different, and they have different meanings. And I've just given you 3 examples here. Once again, we have ryk, which we saw means rich. And then we have ryk with an EI, and that means to reach out to something or someone. This is quite a common one to ask. Lei with an EI means to lead. And lei with a Y is to suffer. Wanneer ons reis met 'n EI, it means that we are traveling. But reis with a Y is the rice that we eat. In your handbook and study guide, you will find lots more examples of homonieme and homofone. And you have to understand the difference clearly so that you are able to make a sentence with it that the meaning becomes clear. Reg, ons volgende een is paronieme. These terms may sound difficult to you, but you just need to remember in the back of your head, homoniem sien looks the same. Homofoon hoor sounds the same. Paronieme is woorde wat dieselfde stam of basis het. Let's have a look at them. So dis woorde wat dieselfde stam of basis het. So when you break the word down to its most original form without any prefixes or suffixes, that is when we get the stam or the basis of the word. For example, geluk. So what we do is we add prefixes and suffixes. On and ig becomes ongelukkig. And there is your basis. Geluk, you can add the ig, and there's your basis. Ongeluk becomes ongeluk as in an accident. Verongeluk is to be in an accident. So these words are all paronyme of each other because they have the same basiswoord. As ons kyk na huis, kan ons sê verhuis, which means to move. Ons kan sê behuising, which means housing, to provide housing for people. Huislik is a homely feeling, and verhuising is the process of moving. But you have the same basiswoord in elkeen van hierdie sinne, so hulle is paronyme van mekaar. Ons laaste voorbeeld hier is waar. So as ons 'n lik bysit, then true becomes truly. Waarheid, true, becomes truth. Bewaar means to protect or to preserve. So by adding all these suffixes and prefixes, we make a new word, but they still have the same basiswoord, which makes it paronyme of each other. Reg. Die laaste een waarna ons vandag gaan kyk is polysemie. Now polysemie is a lot like homonyme. It seems like homonyme because the word is the same, it looks the same, it's spelled the same, but it has different meanings. What is important to remember here is that even though it has different meanings, it's used in different contexts, but there is always something that links it together. So let's look at an example. Ons het dieselfde spelling en uitspraak, pronunciation, maar die betekenis verskil. The meaning is different, but there is a verband in die oorsprong. There is a link to the origin of the word. So in our first example, foot, we are using foot in the context of die onderste deel van iets. It is something that is at the bottom. Dan kan ons sê, die huis is aan die voet van die berg. The house is at the foot of the mountain, at the bottom of the mountain. Of sy het haar voet seer gemaak, and your foot obviously is at the bottom of your body. Kruin, aan die ander kant, is die boonste deel, the top. So sy het die kruin van haar loopbaan bereik, which means that she reached the peak of her career. She is at the highest point. And then, hy het tot by die kruin van die berg geklim. He climbed to the peak of the mountain. So can you see that the words sort of mean the same, but they are used in different contexts. Go through this lesson once again slowly and make sure that you understand the difference between these different concepts. Dankie, ek sien julle volgende keer.